BFM 89.9. Good morning, I'm Melissa Idris. Welcome to BFM Morning Headlines. Today is Monday, the 2nd of June, and we just came in from the Teluk Intan by-election over the weekend, which is the front page of the Star. Gerakan won by a razor-thin margin, 238 votes over DAP. So Star is asking, what swung the pendulum? What was the cause of the win? They're asking questions like, was it a swing of Chinese and Indian voters back to Barisan, or was it DAP's outstation voter bank that didn't turn out to vote on the day? Either way, Ma won the by-election, and here he is shaking hands with someone at a wet market. If you can see that he's being photobombed by some kangkong there, that's quite interesting. That's the front page of NST. They also share some real estate space with this fuel subsidy story. Now, it's interesting because apparently the government is going to reboot the fuel subsidy system to save some $10 billion on the subsidy bill. And it's going to affect you and me because we drive cars too. A review of the petrol subsidy will come out sometime in September for commercial vehicles and sometime in October and November for private vehicles. So we'll find out more. Utusan also has this story on the front page talking about subsidy system. Now this makes sense to me why all these weeks they've been covering the diesel smuggling syndicates and how these syndicates are siphoning off hundreds and thousands of subsidized fuel overseas. It's to lay groundwork for this announcement. So they were very smart there. The other story is on the front page of Sinar Harian. JAIS tahan pengantin. JAIS raided this young woman's wedding because they suspected she was Muslim, and upon checking her My Card, she was Muslim, and they hauled her into the JAIS office for questioning. Now the story goes, her father converted her and her 3 siblings into Islam without telling the mom. So the father left, and she's been raised as a Hindu, and she's trying to get married in a Hindu ceremony. It's like a flashback of so many cases like this. Remember the S. Deepa case? Her ex-husband converted her kids to Islam without telling her, and now she doesn't have any rights. Something should be done. The law should be changed whereby both parents need to give consent to change their kids' religion, because then you don't get cases like this happening. So JAIS raids somebody's wedding day. Also, that made the front page of Harian Metro. Now, I'd like to do a quick follow-up story. Do you remember that case of the Chinese national that was kidnapped in Sampurna and the Filipino worker? Well, they've been released, and the question is, was there a ransom paid? Reuters seems to think a huge amount of money was paid, but police say no, it was just direct negotiations, no money exchanged hands. But Abu Sayyaf's not known to release their abductees without having some monetary transaction. So that's my big question, was there ransom paid? Speaking of money, Malay Mail has this story on corruption. They've named and shamed a company, ZTE Sdn Berhad, apparently tried to offer cash in chocolate box gift, believed to be in tens of thousands of ringgit by an international supplier who is a Chinese national. First we find pig DNA in chocolates, and now we find cash in chocolates. What will we find next? That's my word of the day. Chocolate box, because life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. That was my really bad impression of Forrest Gump. I'm Melissa Idris signing off for BFM Morning Headlines. Come back and join us tomorrow. We'll get you caught up with all the biggest stories of the day. BFM 89.9.